The Vorac Dominion had ruled the Andromeda's spiral arm for 3,000 standard cycles, their biomechanical warships carving through space like predators through still water. Commander Zexthal flexed his 4 primary manipulator claws as he reviewed the tactical display, his compound eyes reflecting the cold light of 1,000 conquered worlds. Another species for harvest, he clicked to his second-in-command, Sub-Commander Yexdal. These, humans, show promise. Their neural patterns indicate exceptional fear responses. The terror farms will be productive. The bridge of the flesh render hummed with malevolent efficiency. Vorac technology was unlike anything else in known space-living ships that fed on suffering, weapons that grew stronger with each kill, armor that evolved from the screams of the dying. They had encountered no species capable of meaningful resistance in millennia. Yexdal's chitinous carapace gleamed as he manipulated the biointerface controls. Initial probe data suggests they're barely past nuclear fusion technology. Single-planet civilization. Estimated conquest time, 47 hours. Zexthal's mandibles clicked in what passed for laughter among his species. The humans had detected their scout ships and were already broadcasting surrender offers, peace negotiations, pleas for mercy. Standard prey behavior. He had seen it countless times across countless worlds. Begin the harvest protocol, he commanded. The first wave struck Earth's outer colonies without warning. Lunar Base 7 vanished in a flash of bioplasma, its 3,000 inhabitants reduced to neural residue for the Vorac feeding mechanisms. Mars colony went dark next, followed by the Jupiter mining platforms. Each strike fed data back to the Dominion fleet, painting a picture of helpless prey awaiting slaughter. But something was wrong. Commander Yexdal's voice carried an unfamiliar note of uncertainty. The human response patterns are anomalous. Instead of the expected collapse into terror and despair, human military frequencies had gone silent. Too silent. Where Zexthal expected panicked chatter and surrender broadcasts, he found carefully maintained radio silence, punctuated by brief, encrypted bursts. Elaborate, he demanded, his interest piqued despite himself. They're not fleeing. Military assets are disappearing from sensors, but not destroyed. They're hiding, coordinating. And these energy signatures. Yexdal manipulated the display, highlighting dozens of unusual readings across Earth's electromagnetic spectrum. I've never seen weapons profiles like these. The first sign of trouble came when the Bone Gnawer, a mid-sized harvester ship, went silent near Earth's moon. One moment, it was transmitting feeding data, the next nothing. No distress signal, no bioship death scream, nothing. Zexthal ordered a full sensor sweep. The moon appeared normal, but the ship was gone. Completely gone. Not destroyed, gone. As if it had never existed. Send a hunter-killer pack, he commanded. Find our missing vessel. 3 sleek Vorac destroyers swept toward Luna, their organic hulls bristling with predatory intent. Commander Zexthal watched their approach through the bioneural link, feeling their hunger for violence like a physical warmth in his thorax. The destroyers reached lunar orbit and immediately began screaming. Not distress calls, actual screams. The bioships were in agony, their living hulls convulsing as something attacked them from within. On the tactical display, Zexthal watched in horrified fascination as the destroyer hulls began to dissolve from the inside out. What are those readings? He demanded, his claws digging furrows in the command throne's living flesh. Yexdal's voice cracked with fear. Nanoscale warfare, Commander. But not like any nanotechnology in our databases. These machines are learning, adapting. They're reprogramming our bioship's cellular structure in real time. The last destroyer's death scream cut off abruptly, leaving only expanding clouds of inert biomass drifting through space. In the debris field, something glinted, small metallic objects that moved with obvious intelligence. "Sir," the communications officer hissed urgently, "we're receiving a transmission from Earth." Audio only. The voice that filled the bridge was calm, almost conversational. Human, definitely, but with an undertone that made Zex Thul's exoskeleton crawl. "Hello, Vorac Dominion. My name is Dr. Sarah Chen, Director of Earth's Unified Defense Response. We've been expecting you." Zex Thul found his voice after several shocked seconds. "You dare address the Dominion directly, meat creature? Your world burns tomorrow." "Actually, no, it doesn't." The human's tone remained maddeningly level. "You see, you made a fundamental error in your assessment. You assumed we were prey." On the tactical display, energy signatures began appearing throughout the system. Not ships, something else. Structures. Weapons platforms. They had been there all along, hidden in asteroid fields, disguised as space debris, waiting. "We've had 300 years of science fiction preparing us for this exact scenario," Dr. Chen continued. "Every possible alien invasion, every conceivable threat. Our greatest minds have spent centuries imagining horrors like you and developing countermeasures. You're not facing a single-planet civilization. You're facing the concentrated paranoia of an entire species that has been planning for this day since we first looked at the stars. The first human weapons engaged at range beyond anything in Vorac databases. Relativistic projectiles, moving at 98% light speed, tore through the forward elements of the Dominion fleet before their bioships could even register the attack. But these weren't simple kinetic weapons. Each projectile contained millions of self-replicating nanomachines programmed to convert Vorac biotechnology into human war material. "Impossible," Zex Thul whispered, watching his fleet transform before his eyes. Ships that had terrorized the galaxy for millennia writhed in agony as human nanites rewrote their genetic code, turning living vessels into hybrid constructs serving Earth's military. "You ruled through biological superiority," Dr. Chen's voice explained with academic detachment. "But biology is just another technology. And humans excel at reverse engineering technology." The final transmission reached the flesh render as human-controlled bioships surrounded it. Zex Thul looked upon his transformed fleet, former Vorac vessels, now bristling with human weapon systems, their hulls glowing with hybrid technologies that should have been impossible. "The age of the Vorac Dominion is over," Dr. Chen announced. "Welcome to the age of humanity." As consciousness faded from his dying bioship, Commander Zex Thul understood the terrible truth. They hadn't encountered prey at all. They had encountered Earth's apex predators. And now, they were the ones being harvested.